But amid all of this, for some strange reason, US President Donald Trump is eager to claim ceasefire credit, and the External Affairs Ministry has also put out a clarification on it, very clearly stating, MEA has said that it was Pakistan's DGMO, the Director General of Military Operations, that called the Indian counterpart not once but twice when the network did not work and literally pleaded for the ceasefire. India has clarified that the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance will continue. Blood and water cannot flow together is what Prime Minister Modi has also added. But Prime Minister Modi, remember, again reiterating in his message after address to the nation, to the message to the Indian Armed Forces at the Adampur Air Base, that Operation Sindhur is not a rarity anymore. It's going to be the new normal. It's going to be a policy of India's fight against terror, especially against Pakistan. And if there is a future act of terror, there will be an act of war too.
We have seen the statement made by the Pakistani side that a nation which has nurtured terrorism on an industrial scale should think that it can escape the consequences is fooling itself. The terrorist infrastructure sites that India destroyed were responsible not only for the deaths of Indians, but of many other innocents around the world. There is now a new normal. The sooner Pakistan gets it, the better it is.
Piyush Mishra joins me for the latest on that. Piyush, good morning. Tell me more about this, because I think even observers in the USA noticed that that President Trump's ceasefire credit was looking desperate. It was very odd at a juncture like this. How are you picking up on why our government, our External Affairs Ministry, is going more than usual with its stance to clarify on it?
Well, because Pooja, we do not want any kind of third-party mediation on the issue of Kashmir, and that's what the stance of government since beginning. You would remember that yesterday the Ministry of External Affairs came out and they issued a statement categorically stating that if there is an issue on which we have to have a discussion, and then that should be terrorism and Pak-occupied Kashmir, and that can happen only between India and Pakistan. Remember that Prime Minister also since beginning Pooja has been maintaining it very clear that no discussions, no trade talks can take place along with terror with Pakistan, and water and blood cannot flow together. And if we have to talk at any point of time, then that will be only and only on the issue of terrorism and POK. And that's why we have seen how the government has been making it very clear that the discussions will take place between India and Pakistan, because this is a bilateral issue. Earlier also, when Hurriyat wanted to have a discussion on the issue of Kashmir, we have seen how the government categorically rejecting, saying that third-party mediation cannot take place, and that's why, Pooja, we are now seeing as to how the government is making its stand very clear. It is also coming at a time when multiple times the United States of America has been trying to intervene in these issues. In fact, Donald Trump had also claimed that it's him, because of him the ceasefire has been decided between both the nations. He was also of the view that he's very much ready to have a discussion on the issue of Kashmir, but the government has categorically rejected this, saying that this is a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan only.
Piyush, stay on with me, because I want to inform the viewer what has been said by the government, making it clear not once, not twice, but I think now multiple times, that it was Pakistan DGMO who dialed the Indian DGMO, in fact twice. After initially they were not able to connect over the hotline, again a call came from the Pakistan DGMO. That is when a conversation happened between India and Pakistan. Amid all of this, fact check number 3, India and USA did have a conversation. That's where Donald Trump is correct. But unlike what Donald Trump is mentioning, trade was not mentioned and not discussed. Remember, Donald Trump, the US president, said, I threatened them, saying that I'll stop all trade with your country. That's why the ceasefire has come in. Then there are satellite images. Pakistan, despite all of this, has been putting out lies, has been putting out propaganda. India is responding how? By satellite imagery, by ground evidence, and constant multiple proof to show where it did hit terror and military targets, and importantly, how we managed to save our assets. Military action was entirely conventional, as per the rule book, and importantly, even despite everything that Pakistan has been doing to us, our Indian military response was calibrated, coordinated and measured and responsible.